Every unlogged exception is a silent policy change. If you skip recording one-off overrides, you don't keep agility. You suture in new defaults. Today, I'll give you a minimal habit that prevents that: the override ledger. Listen for the one-line schema you can paste into invites, 3 enforcement rules that keep logging near zero friction, 2 AI patterns to automate detection and drafting, and a 7-day pilot to make it stick. Make your next move count.
That opening alone makes you check your calendar. I already see 2 meetings where a verbal exception was granted and never documented. I like that this is about making exceptions visible and temporary, not banning them. Patterns create power.
Exactly. Core insight in one sentence. Make overrides visible, justified, and temporary so exceptions don't become default behavior. When exceptions are invisible, they accumulate into coordination costs, technical debt, and worse, eroded optionality. So we convert ephemeral judgment calls into time-boxed, auditable data.
Walk me through the ledger. If it's supposed to be one line, it needs to capture enough context without becoming a form people ignore. What are the fields?
Move 1. The ledger schema. 5 tiny fields, 1 line. Copy this exactly and paste into your calendar invite, decision memo, or chat thread when you make an override. Owner, decision context, 1 line. Expected delta, Y override. Duration/expiry, date/time. Rollback trigger plus provenance link. Example: Adrian Cross. Delay feature X launch to fix caching bug. Reduces revenue drag this week, avoids customer incidents. Expires 2026-01-10, 1700 UTC. Rollback when caching patch merged, ticket number 12345.
That example is perfect. Short context, clear expected delta, and an explicit expiry with a rollback condition. 2 quick questions. Who enters it, and where does it live so it's discoverable?
Good question. If the override is granted in a meeting, the owner is the decision maker who approved it. If it's an individual operational decision, the owner is the acting lead. As for location, publish every entry to a public minutes feed, a centralized ledger that's indexed and searchable across the org. That's critical because discoverability transforms exceptions into organizational signals rather than private hacks.
Okay, but execution matters. If the ledger becomes a bureaucratic chore, people will bypass it. How do we keep logging near zero friction?
Move 2. Low friction enforcement. 3 rules designed to keep entry trivial and accountability intact. Rule 1. One-click entry. Provide copy-paste templates in calendar and ticket UIs so logging is a single click or paste away. Rule 2. Auto expiry with a required short post-mortem on expiry. When an override reaches its expiry, the system automatically prompts the owner to publish a 1-line post-mortem within 48-72 hours. Rule 3. Public minutes ledger. All entries are visible to the team and indexed for search. Repeat overrides surface to the owning leader for corrective policy. Those 3 rules keep the ledger light and enforceable.
I like the auto expiry forcing a postmortem. That converts temporary fixes into learning signals. What's the recommended length for the postmortem so it stays useful but not bureaucratic?
Keep the postmortem 1 line as well. Outcome: was rollback executed, YN, next policy action if repeat. Example: resolved caching bug, rollback executed Y, escalate to permanent fix schedule. Short, decisive, and auditable.
Now the part teams will love, AI. Show me how to make tooling do the heavy lifting, detect likely overrides, and draft compliant ledger entries.
Move 3. 2 constrained AI patterns. Both are prompts you can plug into a lightweight automation that scans meeting notes, threads, and tickets. Prompt A, detection and proposed ledger entry. Scan this thread for language that implies an exception, words like delay, approve, make an exception, for this customer, temporarily allow. If found, propose a one-line override ledger entry with owner, one-line decision context, expected delta, duration and expiration, and a rollback trigger plus provenance link. Keep it less than 200 characters and conservative in assigning expiration, default 7 days. Include the source link. Prompt B, Postmortem Drafter on expiration. When an override entry hits expiration, read the outcome notes and draft a one-line postmortem. Outcome, rollback executed, yes or no, recommended next rule or escalation. Highlight any missing rollback triggers. Those two patterns automate detection and reduce cognitive load while keeping provenance intact.
Give me a sample automation prompt I can paste into a simple workflow. Copy-paste ready, please.
Here's a compact, copy-ready prompt for Prompt A you can drop into a lightweight processor. Scan the linked meeting notes and chat thread. If you detect language indicating a temporary exception or one-off decision, output a single-line override ledger entry in this format. Owner, decision context, expected delta, duration/expiry, ISO, rollback trigger plus provenance link. Keep entry /200 characters and set default expiry 7 days from detection. Include source URL.
That's elegant, short, practical, and conservative. Now, how do we pilot this without turning it into an org policy debate?
Pilot plan, a 7-day run. Steps. Day 0, publish the one-line ledger template across exec calendars and in the minutes feed. Announce the rule. All exec overrides during the pilot must have a ledger entry. Day 1 through 6, auto-detect assists with Prompt A. Owners confirm entries when prompted, 1 click. Entries auto-expire at 7 days and trigger Prompt B postmortems. Day 7, run a 30-minute retrospective on observed overrides. Quantify frequency, repeat causes, and convert repeat patterns into concrete policy changes. Measure % of exec overrides logged, average time to entry, and repeat override rate by owner. If logging drops below target, iterate the one-click integration or shorten the required postmortem window.
Fast action for listeners, create the ledger template in your calendar now and log the next exception before you leave the room. That small habit flips the trajectory. Exceptions become data, not stealth policy.
Before we close, 2 enforcement caveats to avoid making the problem worse. First, don't add fields, keep it one line. Second, automate reminders and surface repeat offenders to the owning leader rather than relying on manual policing. The goal is low-friction accountability, not paperwork.
And if someone says this is overbearing, you answer with a metric. Show me the unrecorded exceptions and the coordination costs they cause. Transparency is the least political way to defend norms.
Final reminders. Use the one-line schema. Enforce the 3 rules. One-click entry, auto-expiry with postmortem, public ledger, and deploy the 2 AI patterns to reduce overhead. Start your 7-day pilot today. Log your next override before you walk out of the meeting.
Subscribe for daily briefings that convert tactical habits into durable organizational leverage. The system reveals the truth. Use it to keep optionality intact.
Stay agentic. Clarity is leverage.